Aloha, y'all. It is Saturn's Day, ruled by Saturn, the 16th of April. It is actually a full moon. I just woke up at 4:30 this morning and I saw it kind of going over the mountains. It'll be full, I think, in the next 6 hours or so. So, let's go through into the astrology. So the sun is at 26 degrees 30 minutes Aries. The moon is at 22 degrees 53 minutes Libra. It'll be full soon. Probably when it hits 26 degrees, but I'm not exactly sure how the astronomy works with that. The Mercury is at 10 degrees 43 minutes Taurus. Venus is at 11 degrees 50 minutes Pisces. Mars is at 1 degrees Pisces. Jupiter's at 24 degrees 51 minutes Pisces. Saturn is at 23 degrees Aquarius. Uranus is at 1342 Taurus, conjunct the moon loosely. Neptune's at 24 degrees Pisces, conjunct Jupiter still. It's not exact, that was on the 12th, but it's still in the same degree. Pluto's at 28 degrees Capricorn, and the North Node is at 22 degrees Taurus retrograde. Today is an Ajna chakra day, third eye chakra. So it's your pituitary gland, essentially. Keywords are intuition, mysticism, and understanding. Positive aspects are highly intuitive, faithful, clear-sighted, integrous, and orderly-minded. Negative aspects are the inability to trust intuition, scattered mind, inconsiderate, and blinkered vision. The mantra is Om, like Om, typical kind of, hence the symbols, the Om symbols, the chanting, that's why you hear that so much. Om in the key of A. Spiritual activities include reflection, contemplation, meditation, creative use of your imagination. Essential oils are camphor, sweet pea, and heliotrope. Plant is based almond blossom. Metal is silver. Element is the cosmos. The musical note is A. Crystals are sapphire, lapis lazuli, and tanzanite. And the soul lesson is detachment and intuition. So let's go ahead and see what the cards are. Hopefully all are doing well. I'm going to be eating some mushrooms in the next couple hours. I've been doing that on full moons. I was doing it weekly at first, but then I had this really intense mushroom trip and I was like, I don't know about that. So just kind of full moons, new moons. So wish me luck on that. Let's see what wants to pop. We've got Temperance. Yeah, maybe not too many mushrooms today, right? Not all the mushrooms. But I still want, an effectual trip. I like crying and thinking about how my life can change. I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of what happens on mushrooms these days for me. And just awe of nature and life. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really in this bitch. So today is the Temperance card. Gracias, Joshua. It's funny because I first got to Costa Rica 2 months ago-ish, and I was here for a week, didn't do anything. I don't smoke or drink right now. I was thinking about doing ayahuasca, but I haven't really looked into that too hard. And I'll be brief about this. The owner of this house that I'm work staying at had some mushrooms. There's cows everywhere. They grow on cow shit. So he's like, here, have these mushrooms. I take 2 or 3 grams. No visuals, no body high, complete, basically, mood reset, right? So it was like antidepressant. It was just like, oh, I feel elevated, not even high, just like, oh, I feel clear and good. So it was like really not psychedelic. That's fine. It felt good. I felt reset, but I was like, I like tripping. And then a week later, I found somebody in La Fortuna, which is about 4 or 5 miles away. I walked there, bought 17 or 18 grams of mushrooms for $60, $40 or $60, I forget now. It was in colones, so I can't remember. I think it was like 40,000 colones. So I think that's around 50 or 60 bucks. But anyway, got a shit ton of mushrooms. This guy grows them, and I ate them, and I had this, visuals, normal trip, whatever. And then so that was, the third week here for me. The 4th week was a full moon right at the end of Pisces season, and I ate, I don't know, I got a little too confident maybe, and I ate maybe like 3 to 5 grams of this stuff, and it was the hardest trip I've ever had on mushrooms. It was like DMT kind of visuals. I waited a week or 2 after that, and that was 2 weeks ago. I ate probably 2 or 3 grams and listened to some Fleet Foxes and stuff like that, and had a good cry and felt good, sociable. And we'll see where it goes today. So that was a long rant, but that's kind of what's happening. Temperance, right? Knowing when the limits are, knowing when too much is too much or not enough is not enough, kind of finding that inner balance. So this is the main card of the day. Seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, exquisite balance, a period of rebirth. Slow down and view the world with fresh, magical mushroom perspective. Trust your intuition. Temperance, I am astonished by the beauty of life in all of its facets. Temperance brings respite after the storm, a soothing balm, and with a full moon in Libra, it's going to be one. I mean, there's a lot of insane energy right now. Uranus and Taurus, right? Aries Sun, Mercury and Taurus, near Uranus. We're starting to have a lot of changes in life where with the North Node in Taurus, where we're just like not sure where. I think a lot of us are trying to figure out where we're going to go, but with a full moon in Libra, I think we're going to feel a rebirth and a revitalization in terms of where we want to be going. So tap into it. Anyway, a soothing balm in any situation, sober or not. It suggests when we take the time to balance the various elements and energies in our lives, we will find a clear pathway to our goals. This card embodies the nature of healing and moderation, self-care, and self-knowledge. We become whole when we acknowledge the different shades and colors of our personalities, understanding their needs and accepting them. When we cease the internal struggle and stop arguing with reality. If we know the exact blend of energy required for any given situation, we can walk with peace. This is the alchemist's path, right? This is the knowing how to walk the middle path of what? The extremes, the two pillars, the tempered path, the middle path. Traditionally, the artwork visualizes a maiden standing at the edge of a pool, one foot on land, the other in water. She pours the water of life from one cup to another. The cups represent the subconscious, intuitive powers, and the superconscious, universal God mind, and the water blends their realities and ideals. Mine is different, and this is David DeAngelis speaking. He's been on the podcast, shout out. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast if you haven't. It's all good. We're almost at 300 episodes. He's been on a few, 2 or 3 times, I think. Mine is different. A strongly perceptive, androgynous being floating in the universe, very Neptune conjunct Jupiter and Pisces, kind of floating through the dream. A time slice of frozen light, Saturn and Aquarius. A time slice of frozen light, delicate and fleeting, Mars and Venus in Pisces. Energy from rising and falling captured in mid-flight. The two female figures at the head are holding the whole scene in balance, so finely held and attuned that if one slightly shifts either way, the image would collapse in on itself. For 1 second, everything is in balance. It's the Goldilocks zone, right? It's like, if we're too close, the sun will burn up. If we're too far away, there won't be life. That Goldilocks zone is kind of the tempered place. For 1 second, everything is in balance. The exquisite is revealed and then disappears, reminding us that we ourselves are frozen light moving through space that too will quickly disappear. Dust in the wind, right? A reference to the Kirlian photography used in David Bowie's Earthling artwork captures the phenomenon of glowing colored electronal coronal discharges, hinting at the proposition of auras surrounding all living things. Temperance says you have integrated many hard-won lessons and have so sun in Aries, opposite essentially the moon in Libra. So all these hard lessons you've won and you're coming into a balanced place with it, right? Temperance says you have integrated many hard-won lessons and have a lovely degree of maturity and wisdom, North Node in Taurus. Consciously learning how to balance and calmly address the different elements, values, and priorities in your life, North Node in Taurus, the values of our life. Slowing down, Mercury and Taurus, slowing our minds down, taking a few deep breaths and not just being with Uranus and Taurus, it's hard not to do that, but it is what it is. Slowing down, you too are able to capture the majesty of life, the extraordinary in the ordinary. A time of rebirth, seeing with fresh eyes, you marvel at the miracle and beauty of creation all around you, and acknowledge that the pain you have endured in life was necessary to catalyze for this freedom, right? So you are where you need to be. We need to see with our eyes unobscured, third eye vision, right? And be like, oh my gosh, every decision, every interaction, every good choice, every bad choice, every pain, every joy has led me to this moment, and I am exactly where I need to be. And we kind of walk that fine line of trusting reality, but also, being balanced, moon in Libra, full moon in Libra, trusting reality, but also engaging with reality, Aries sun. Knowing that we bring value into the world through our actions, Mercury in Taurus, North Node in Taurus. So, your inner voice is guiding... Oh, I skipped something. You are releasing the past and stepping deliberately into the present, aware of the dance and union of opposing forces, sun opposite moon, sun in Aries opposite the moon in Libra, light and dark, North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio, light and dark with the divine. Your inner voice is guiding you. Trust it. Respond to challenges with restraint, flexibility, and a deep commitment to success. North Node in Taurus, Saturn in Aquarius, a deep commitment to making things work. This is a brilliant time to combine forces and work with others because you have the steady, balancing temperament that can bring about the synergies between others with a magical mix of talent, experience, ability, and skill. So, Temperance, right? I'm astonished by the beauty of life in all of its facets, seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary. So, one of my very first mushroom trip, ironically, I was enamored by, it's a long story, I won't get into it now, but I was enamored by water. It had just rained, and I was like, wow, water fills things. Like, when it rains, puddles are created, and that's just, like, the area inside it. And it was, like, fucking, like, you know, eureka kind of moment. I buoyancy, but not really buoyancy, more like, oh my gosh, liquids fill the containers epiphany kind of thing. It was interesting. But seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, that is an ordinary thing that we take for granted. Exquisite balance, a period of rebirth, slowing down and viewing the world with fresh magical perspective, trusting your intuition. So how do we do that? Third eye chakra. We trust our intuition, right? You're going to have flashes of insight, and they're going to look different from everybody. You know, your epiphany is necessarily different than everybody else's, right? So you've got to trust where your mind and heart go. You can ask for advice. Seeking advice from others is good, but don't ask for the answer from others, because they won't give you the answer. And I'm having to learn this for myself, quite frankly. So we got the Empress card. I mean, this is Kali, pretty hardcore energy, very Sun in Aries vibes, Uranus and Taurus vibes, South Node and Scorpio vibes. But the Empress is very Taurine and Libra energy. You know, it's very beautiful and fecund. So really, I think we're going to be rebirthing, because we're killing that which is no longer necessary, that which is no longer serving us, right? South Node and Scorpio, releasing addictions, releasing limiting beliefs, releasing attachments, releasing negativity. Kali is like the devourer of that which is not good anymore, right? And we're releasing it to get back into the middle place. Maybe we've been, like, you know, on the computer all day long, way too long for the whole COVID time or whatever. And it's like, all right, go back in nature. Maybe we're only, like, living in the trees and never using email. Maybe use that email and apply for that job, right? Find that middle path, Temperance card. But with the Empress, I keep on saying the Empress. The Empress, I don't know why I keep on mispronouncing this. I know the word Empress. With the Empress card as the clarifier, I think true beauty will be seen clearly, right? I fully embrace life's rich fecundity. So life is brimming. At all moments, you have exactly what you need. Ambition is fine, but not ambition for no reason, right? To create more value, North Node and Taurus. This is that energy. Empress, everything is possible. Allow abundance into your life. Tap into the creative flow of the universe. Start something nurturing. So we need to be balancing our lives and nurturing ourselves in a healthy, forward-moving, positive way for ourselves and others. Aries Sun, opposite the full moon in Libra, is saying, hey, you're an individual, but you still interact with others, right? You have a path to walk, but it includes a community, and they can't make your answers for you. You're the one who has to, you know, cut out the bad habits. You're the one who's going to have to cut out the excessive whatever, or the lack of stuff. So if you're not getting enough water, drink more water. If you drink too much water, you could die. So we've got to find that tempered path, and bringing things that are nurturing and valuable right now, I think, is really the name of the game. This is a beautiful Sun in Aries, opposite the moon in Libra, with the North Node in Taurus, with Mercury in Taurus, with Uranus in Taurus, but Neptune, Jupiter conjunct in Pisces, with Mars and Venus in Pisces. Dare to dream and then make it so. That's kind of where we're at, right? It's like, don't hold yourself back. Don't say, one day I'll be happy when. It's like, make yourself happy now, in small, manageable, bite-sized steps. A happy life is nothing more than, you know, I mean, it's not like winning the lottery is going to make you happy. It's what you can do with those funds that makes one happy or not. You can be a very miserable drug addict with a lottery winning, or, you know, an alcoholic, or you can, you know, do a lot of good with it. So I guess the idea is you're exactly where you need to be, but, like, you know, see with your eyes unobstructed, right? Third eye open. See the picture as it stands. Walk the path that you're on, tempered. Like, don't, you know, have fun, but don't be just all going crazy Pinocchio Island style, Donkey Island style in Pinocchio. And then don't only work and never reward yourself and never have fun. Learn how to relax. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And what we're trying to move towards more effectively is value. Empress card. Things of beauty. The world is beautiful. How are you contributing to that, right? In a tempered way, hopefully in a balanced way, in a beautiful way, in a positive way. So the animal we're getting is intuition. Perfect for a full moon. You're gonna know, and a third eye chakra day, I might add, right? Your intuition, your third eye, is really gonna tap into what your middle path looks like. It's not the same for everybody. You know, some people work 364 days a year and take 1 day of vacation. Some people never work and work occasionally. See what I mean? It's like their path looks different. But with the Emperor's card as the clarifier, we really do need to stand for our truth, stand for our values, see it clearly, and not waver in an egotistical way. We want to be open to the suggestions of others, Saturn and Aquarius, but we want to know what our dreams are and move towards them, right? Jupiter and Neptune conjunct, North Node and Taurus. We want to use our intuition in the dream, the cat. So let's read what this says, number 37, which is how old I will be this June. Oh my God. I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. That's scary to me. I hadn't really thought about that. All right. So, intuition. Use and develop your intuition. Can you say it any louder on this Saturn's day? Third eye chakra, right? And the intuition is like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, drink too much or smoke too much, or maybe I should take a vacation when I need it, right? Like find your middle path. Use your intuition for that. But the intuition is being guided towards beauty, value, not things that just feel good, though the Empress is about, satiation and feeling good and like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking my glass of wine in the garden and watching the sunset. Sure. Don't do that every day, right? It's about balancing. It's like, enjoy that drink because you don't do it every day or else it becomes a habit. Enjoy that, like I'm going to maybe mushroom trip. If I did it every fucking day or too often, I won't value it, right? So you got to use your intuition in terms of when to do things. To use and develop your intuition, your gut feeling is correct. You are not your mind. Develop your magical skills further. Introduce more play into your life. Mythos, the Egyptian goddess Bast is the embodiment of cat energy. A very ancient deity, she was originally a lion goddess, somewhat like Sekhmet, but her leonine nature diminished in favor of the cat energy. A very ancient goddess, Bast is featured in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Statues of Bast usually depict either a woman with a cat's head or a regal, beautifully formed cat with royal symbology, and sometimes a lion mask signifying a hidden, fierce nature. Bast offered protection to her worshippers in everyday life rather than in battle, as this was Sekhmet's role. So this is more the Libra moon energy of a cat, not so much the Aries sun, like, rawr, I'm going to scratch your eyes out. This is more like, meow, pet me, I purr. I'm beautiful, right? I have value in that way. And she was the goddess who helped bring messages and guidance through intuition. Ajna Chakra Day. You're going to get messages. Whether you eat mushrooms today or not, you're going to get messages. Venus and Mars and Jupiter and Neptune are conjunct in Pisces. Come on. I feel like Arrested Development. Come on. This is a $5,000 suit. Come on. This is a Jupiter Pisces, Jupiter conjunct Neptune and Pisces once every 150-year event. Come on. That's how it feels. The exact was on the 12th, but it's still conjunct. So, she helps bring messages and guidance through intuition. Bast also demonstrated a loving, playful energy. A historian named Herodotus traveled to Egypt in the 5th century BC and told of his experience at the festival of Bast at the riverside town of Bubastis. He spoke of people traveling down the river by small boat, Mars and Pisces, traveling on water, and playing and jesting with people on the shore as they passed, Venus and Pisces, playing in the water. Once they reach the temple, quote, they make a festival with great sacrifices and more wine is drunk at this feast than the whole year. Sounds like a lot of fun, says Stacey DeMarco, who's also been on the podcast. I don't know, getting wasted once a year, maybe that's a tempered kind of situation. You don't want to get wasted like that every day, right? They did it once a year. It's a temperance card. In ancient Egypt, domestic cats were very much a part of city and family life. In a time when plague and disease could not easily be halted and could easily spread, the service of a fine feline hunter was appreciated. Cats became symbols of protection and royalty, and were even mummified as companions and protectors of the dead in the afterlife. In Norse mythology, cats famously pulled the goddess Freya's chariot, surely an activity not for beginners. Cats have always been associated with witchcraft of many traditions, especially in Europe. It was said that a black cat could give you good or bad luck depending upon your culture, so relative kind of cultural norms, very Venus in Pisces. And that cats are able to see spirits and travel between the world of the dead and the living at will. Neptune, Jupiter conjunct in Pisces. It is this association that made cats a target for burning and killing in the Middle Ages. Pluto and Capricorn, their lives were ended. Saturn and Aquarius, because rules were taken extremely. Uranus and Taurus, like their world was radically altered. Basically, people were like, oh, black cats are bad, so they killed a bunch of black cats, and then the bubonic plague happened. Not a good look, right? So, next to dogs, this is about the animal now. Next to dogs, cats are the most popular domesticated companion animal. And I should say, last night I was sitting on I was playing my guitar, looking through my window, and I saw a dog get hit, and I think it died. Not good fun. Next to dogs, cats are the most popular domesticated animal. I say domesticated lightly because scientists believe they haven't quite completed the domestication cycle as yet, since they tend to survive well on their own in colonies and still retain a very independent nature. Humans have been a part of cat life for in excess of 10,000 years, according to the latest archaeological information. They were invited in not just because of their appearance, but because of their abilities as mousers, right? They had a job to do, Saturn and Aquarius, and Saturn and Aquarius, and they could do it. North Node and Taurus, they brought value. It wasn't just like they purred, it was like you're actually keeping, the pests away. Thank you. Right? That's keeping the Empress's house clean. Like the cat was this Kali type being like, I'll destroy and eat all the rats. And it's like, that's the rat's karma, whatever. But they brought balance to the household. If there's no cat, maybe there's a whole lot of pestilence. And if there's too many cats, now it smells like cat piss and you're a cat lady and you're crazy, right? So we've got to find that balance in the values. Empress card with Temperance. Temperance is the main card, Empress is the clarifier. I digress. So, cats come in all shapes and sizes. Humans have spent a lot of time honing and creating specific breeds. Saturn and Aquarius, we've engineered them. However, from a Siamese to Maine Coon cat, they are all feline and all scientifically known as Felis catus. Cats are small but athletic and are able to jump great distances. Aries sun, they're athletes, they're little fucking warriors. They are hypercarnivores and use a variety of vocal sounds and purring to the delight of humans and other cats. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but a year or two ago there was something called The Lion in Your Living Room. Amazing little 40-minute documentary for kids, basically, and families. And it gets into the physiology, kind of shows like the cats walking around a house and how it creates perimeters and what its like daily habits are. But you start seeing, like, for their body size and stuff, they're acrobatic as hell, obviously, and they're little beasts. They're killing machines. They are hypercarnivores and use a variety of vocal sounds and purring to the delight of humans and other cats. Scientists are still debating about the evolution of the purr, but I think that most cat owners would understand that it encourages us, the humans, to give them more of the treatment that makes them purr in the first place. Very Empress card, very Moon and Libra. It's like, I'm going to make you feel good. We're going to pet each other. You purr when you're happy. I'm happy when you purr, kind of mutual value. Your communication is even bodily grounded, like purring. It's like that's Mercury and Taurus stuffs. In the main, it is a sign of contentment and happiness. Empress card is the clarifier. Temperance, you're kind of finding the balanced happiness, right? The magic, which is why we're all here. The cat magic can be used in a variety of ways, including to increase your happiness, North Node in Taurus. Curiosity, a sense of play, and lightness, and somewhat paradoxically, when we may want to be connecting with someone who has passed Pluto and Capricorn. And when the veils are kind of thin, Neptune conjunct Jupiter in Pisces. Cats are considered guides to the underworld and can help with mediumship. They can help you with your third eye. Seeing beyond things as they seem. If you have a cat yourself, it is said that you have the blessing of any goddess who loves cats, so this can only enhance your life. North Node Taurus, Empress card, value, enhancing. Symbology's almond-shaped eyes, woman with a cat's head, chariot pulled by cats, vertical pupils, black cats, and the status is obviously of least concern because there are shit tons of cats. So it was saying, even in the card description, if we had been a little more tempered, right, if they hadn't killed off all the black cats, if they had been a more balanced way and realized the value, Empress card clarifier, that the cats were bringing, we wouldn't have even had a bubonic plague probably. So we've got to use our intuitions, use our minds wide open, third eyes wide open when dealing with all things, because it's a fractal and your decisions have butterfly effects. So you got to be like cognizant. On the one hand, it's all good. On the other hand, like drive well. So slippery when wet, drive well. So it's kind of both and. So let's get an I Ching card. Whoa. Hopefully you all are doing well. Like I said, I'm not sure how much. Probably not a heroic dose. But I'm going to be tripping on mushrooms shortly, so that should be fun. And it's not even really about fun. It's like intriguing and really medicinal. It's a lot of things. A lot of energy gets moved. So 27, we got a full moon, right? It's a sun here, but full moon in Libra. This looks like a person holding their hands like a balanced Libra. Can't make this shit up. Whoa, my broken booklet just spewed forth all of its pages. I think that was a shit ton more than before. It was like the entire back of the book just fell out. All right, so we got number 27. I think I said 24. I meant 27. So the hexagram is nourishment, Empress card, right? Temperance, eat a little but not too much, Goldilocks, right? North Node of Taurus, do eat, nourish yourself. Mario eats mushrooms and grows, right? He's nourished by them. Nourishment. This sign stands for bodily nourishment, North Node in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, as much as for spiritual nourishment. It's tempered, both and. If you want to cast judgment on someone, like black cats and kill them all, then look at the focus of his or her attention and an aspect of existence that this person is nourishing. Someone who bothers about things unworthy of attention, so if you get caught up on the petty things, right, constantly, and becomes preoccupied by them, will be of little use to you. You don't want to just sit there and have your nag. Like you want to move past the Aries sun. You want to act right now, but you want to act wisely and in a moderate way. You know, you don't want to just break through the gate and run without knowing which direction. You know, if you're a greyhound, it's like ding, and you know, like the gate goes down and you just run. It's like, where's the rabbit? Follow the rabbit. Follow the white rabbit, right? Team rabbit hole. But someone who has higher objectives in mind will have something valuable, North Node of Taurus, to offer you. You too should appear stimulating and encouraging when it comes to relating to other people, right? So, Uranus in Taurus. It's like, let's electrify our world. And how do we do it? Even in this image, she's got, or this Temperance card has Kirlian photography, right? Like everything has an aura. Everything is electrified. But we have to be nourishing those electrical auric bodies with good words. Don't go all New Age and say only nice things. It's like sometimes you have to say a joke and it's crass, or sometimes you have to say a truth and it's hard and heavy. You want to do it in kindness, with compassion. Yes, that looks different for everybody. Holler for a reading if you kind of want to know how you should operate, etc., etc. But is it bringing value? That's the whole thing. If you're just sitting there going meh, 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 and kind of not bringing value and just complaining, that's not the move here, right? We want to be bringing value in a tempered way. It's both. You want to be, constructively critical, negative, right, quote unquote, negative, and constructively positive and optimistic, but not naively so. That is how we find nourishment, in a balanced way that's moving towards value through our intuition, which is ultimately linked to our heart. But follow your dreams, kids. But make sure those dreams are inclusive of others and aware of the world around you and for the benefit of all. It's kind of Bodhisattva vow stuffs, where it's like, hey, I want the enlightenment of everybody, not just like, I want my cake and to eat it too, and I'm going to heaven, fuck y'all. It's like, that's not the move right now. The move is like, how can I help you so we can move forward together in the dream? And we are all moving forward together in the dream, so you don't have to do a whole lot. You just have to be aware. That's what waking up means. It's like you become more and more aware of the happening that's going on. As Alan Watts would say, it's all happening. And we won't give it a name. And he hits a gong. It's a beautiful little meditation I usually listen to right before I do trip. So the stone we got, you can quantumly entangle this. You don't have to own it, but plus 5 points if you do. Lepidolite. What it is, lepidolite is a lithium-infused mica with rose and lavender-hued spa vibes. Who needs it? The perpetually frazzled, the oh-so-cerebral, the A-type workaholic. Where to put it? In a bubble bath on the meditation cushion in the fetal position when the pressure to be successful, fit in, and be fabulous 24/7, 365 is too much, right? When we're just go, Aries sun, we need to bring that full moon Libra balance and we need to become tempered. It's like, hey, job and success and career and money, that's great. Where's your family life? Where's your love life? Where's your body? Where's your, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting your nutrients? Are you harming animals in that process? That kind of stuff. Where's your value? Because trust me, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be like, my ledgers are balanced. You're not going to be like, I own 5 pieces of property. You're not going to take it with you, right? So we need to be balanced. But then again, you don't want to be such a hippie that you're like, it's actually a good image in the film Easy Rider, where it's like a bunch of stoners create a common and they're starving to death because they are just wanting to smoke weed and get high and they don't know how to actually do anything practical. North Node in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus. They didn't know how to, Saturn and Aquarius, work as a team together in the real world. So we want to nourish ourselves like those hippies in Easy Rider couldn't do by going towards things of value. And that looks different for everybody. Some people are going to be city mice working in, with subways and 5G and all this stuff, and that's where they're meant to be. So we want to be wise and discerning and find the balance, but we can't hate on things that we're not. Elephants are going, oh my God, tigers are so gross. It's like, if they are, they're not awake to the unity and the properness, right? The balance of it all, the fine-tunedness. But we want to be moving towards the value ever deeper through our intuition for our nourishment, right? So you got to open your third eye, though. And that's a process. I don't even know. I was told mine was blocked, so I don't even know what that's about. But the idea here is, you want to see beyond what's right in front of you while still act like you're in a lucid dream, basically. But then it matters. Your scores matter, and then you get to a bigger game and say, eventually that won't matter. You don't want to walk around like naked in the rain, holding an umbrella in an electrical storm, saying it doesn't matter. That's careless. That's not a very tempered, moderate way, right? But you do want to say, you know what? I'm going to work I think I've seen this a lot in Japanese kind of culture, it's like, I'm going to do my best. North Node and Taurus, you're going to bring the most value. Empress card is the clarifier. You're going to do your best, right? You're going to use your intuition, cat card, and bring nourishment through your actions to yourself and others. Doing your best. I totally stopped reading this card. I should keep reading. So when to use it? When freaking out. Full moons cause a lot of lunacy, freakouts. Or to prevent that, put the phone on Do Not Disturb, hold Leopard Delight in each palm, and just let yourself be for 5 minutes. Each palm, balance, Libra, right? Holding in each palm and being a little Libra full moon. Relax the muscles between your shoulder blades and lengthen your breaths, and let go of all that drama. It wasn't yours to begin with anyway. It says enter your chill zone. And that's really our happy place. Like in Happy Gilmore, find your happy place, right? Go to your meditative place. Everybody has this little spot in your own being where it's just going to calm you down no matter what, whether it's a song or, some people are like, I need coffee to calm down, which is kind of paradoxical. You're going to find your balance, find your happy place. The world is outrageous, and it's as within, so without. So it's the same. You're outrageous. We're nuts, man. We're chaotic, and it's all sorts of fractals going on at all times, but we're in the midst of it. We're embarked, as they say. We can't undo that. So let's make the most value we can. Let's bring the most sustenance and nourishment we can, North Node and Taurus, right? Let's really use our intuition. Mars, Venus in Pisces, Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and ultimately enter your chill zone, right? Get real zen, if possible. Listen to music that you love. I mean, it's cheesy, but I love the soundtrack for Carol and Tuesday, an anime on Netflix. It's really good anime. Check it out. It makes me happy. And it's super sugary pop, like teenage girl shit. But I love it. And that's okay. And I actually listen to it a lot when I'm tripping. That's my chill zone, right? Pink rocks in both hands. Balance, move, full moon, and Libra. So find your tempered place. Holler for readings if you want to kind of know, maybe if you're like, what should I be leaning towards? Like, you'd be surprised that a lot of people just are moving in directions that aren't conducive towards their value. Like, it's like, oh, you're designed to be like, a nun, and that's okay. And you're like, well, I want to be a stripper, or I have to be a stripper to pay for college. It's like, well, you could also get an education in a monastery, or whatever. I mean, that's a loose example, but holler for readings. Trust me, you'll appreciate it. 5-star reviews. You won't not appreciate it. We got to all be balanced today. We got to go for the gold in terms of value. It's a full moon in Libra, making the situation even more beautiful. But we have a very rare conjunction between Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So it's like, dream big. Dream big. What's nourishing your soul? What brings your spirit, your intuition through your third eye? What makes you tick? And then how do you make that dream embodied, right? So enter your chill zone with Leopard Delight and try to find that Zen space. Like I said, holler for readings if you want. It's 33 and leave a tip if you like this. Leave $33. Listen to me, that's a Freudian slip. Leave $33. Leave a tip if you want. An hour of cards is $33. 3 hours of astrology is $88, and both is $111. You probably won't find deals like that most places for the value. And check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. It's a lot of fun, and it's been said to be the most underrated podcast on the internet. I didn't make that quote. So check it out if you haven't. And I will just say, enjoy your Saturn's Day. We're getting epiphanies, and they're going to be hopefully bringing more balance and temperedness to our reality, right? Where we're like, oh shit, that is, this isn't going to work out, or that is what I should be moving towards, or, because the North Node's in Taurus, it's about what is going to be like working long-term, physically, of value, embodied. It's not just about pie in the sky. Oh, I can't wait till the aliens come and I live in a 5D rainbow body and I'm just like breathinarian. It's like, cool, maybe one day, or maybe in a parallel reality that's happening, or whatever. But ultimately, what we need to be doing is grounding our dream. That's really the name of the game, and doing it in a balanced, tempered way. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Wish me luck on my mushroom trip. Adios. Bye.